Good morning. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a good country biscuit. Now, the recipe has been handed down to me from my mama, so I'm going to hand it down to you. And really the good trick about making a good biscuit is get you a good pan that you can rely on to be consistently making good biscuits all the time. Now this thing is from the 1970s. It's aluminum, and this thing does a great job. It holds heat, and it just makes awesome biscuits.
But you can use an iron skillet.
But you can also use an iron skillet and you have the same result. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to preheat your oven to 500 degrees. Now this recipe is a buttermilk biscuit. Now the thing about buttermilk, if you let it sit in the refrigerator too long, it separates. So you want to shake this buttermilk up for a good minute. Now I like Mayfield's. It's a Mayfield's whole buttermilk. I think it makes the best biscuit. I've used lots of different kinds. Now I like using Crisco baking sticks. This was the best thing that Crisco could have done, was come up with these pre-measured bake sticks. So you can just go by the measurements and cut off what you need. Now this is to grease the pan. So I'm only going to cut off about that much and grease my pan with it. You just get a paper towel, fold it up like so, and just grease the far out of that pan. This serves two purposes. It makes it where they don't stick, and they also get that good golden brown. And when them biscuits are done, you get your plate, and them biscuits will plop right on that plate with no problems at all. Okay. Now I use White Lily Flour self-rising. You want to measure out 2 cups. Two cups flour. Alright. You want to use 4 tablespoons of the baking stick. Now what I like to do is I cut it. Now, buttermilk, the recipe calls for 2/3 of whole milk. But milk is not as dense as buttermilk, so it's a little thicker. So you need to use a little bit more buttermilk. And it's just under a cup is what I use. But you can judge your dough and add a little bit more when you mix it up. Not a whole cup, just under a cup. Okay. To start out with. And get you a spoon ready to mix. And see how thick that buttermilk is? And now we stir this stuff up. Now see, it's a little dry. So you just want to add another little dash of buttermilk. Get the consistency of the dough that you like. Now see the consistency of that? It's not super sticky, but it's not super dry either. See? That's what you want. Now here's the messy part. But it don't matter because the mess cleans right up. Clean counter space, always. Throw you some dough out. And just break it. Dough right on the end of that flour right there. Take your hands, it don't stick to you. You need that dough. I like to give it an outside coating of flour and mash it and fold it. Fold it again. That's what's going to give you the layers to when you can just twist it apart. And you mash it down to about 1/4 inch. You take your cutter, get some of that on there so it don't stick. You cut them off. Cut your biscuits out. Look at that, 4 perfectly round biscuits. And just break it apart. Perfect biscuit. Perfect biscuit. Perfect. Perfect. And you take this dough, mash it all back together. And do the same thing again. Mash it down. Fold it. Fold it again. To 1/4 inch. Mash it down to 1/4 inch. Perfect biscuit. Perfect. Now you might have some extra dough, but that's okay. Sometimes you can save it, put it in your freezer, and you can make dumplings with it. And that makes good dumplings too. Last one. This pan's big enough for 7 biscuits. Perfect biscuits. They're gonna be good eating right there. Feel me? Now for cleanup. Cleanup is just as easy. Put everything in the sink. Run hot water on it. Get a paper towel. And fold it like so. I'm not going to save this dough. You just fold it like so and just rake it into the garbage can.
And we'll be back with fresh hot biscuits.
We'll show you what the end result is. Now, once your oven's at 500 degrees, you set it in the middle pan or the middle tier, like so, for 12 to 15 minutes. Now with this oven, I set it at usually 13 minutes is enough. And then we'll wait. Now another good thing is get you an oven mitt, because this pan is going to be super hot when it comes out.
Okay. The suspense. Waiting on the timer to go off. They smell good. Beautiful.
That's a good kind of biscuits.
Voila.
Perfect biscuits.